It's a bullshit word. The same bullshit as everything. Self-realized. Who could that be? What fucking self needs to realize itself, to be the self?
What does?
Yeah, what does? He never said that.
Oh, I saw a YouTube video who just said it there.
Yeah, but only when he was talking like I am that. He was in early times. Later on he said it's all bullshit anyway.
I think he was pretty old by then.
He was what?
Old.
He was always old when he was tall. He always looked old, even when he was 30. So it's amazing. They're watching videos and things, and then they take it like a backup for their words. Huh? I understood something because the master said it. And now you cannot doubt it because Nisargadatta said it. And I repeat it. It's really like a fantastic thing. I repeat some great masters and then no one can doubt what I say. Because I want to be not doubted. I cannot have my original saying, so I use some master words.
That's not true. I asked
you do it. You did it.
I asked the question, you said he never said it, so I said no.
He's never said anything. His nature never said anything. That word never said any word. So whatever you say is false, as he said it. So he never said anything. Like this guy never said anything. So whatever can be said is false anyway.
So that's very easy.
I take it easy anyway. I am at ease totally with being easy. I don't need complications. When they are there, okay, but I take them as easy as everything. It's very easy if nothing can help or not help anyone. So that's right, because in Zen Buddhism the first thing is easy is right and right is easy. And the laziest bastard is what you are, this very self, the laziness itself. And the one who wants to know it and makes it complicated is the fucking asshole. He wants to fuck himself. And that stinks. And that when you smell that fucking asshole, because assholes stink. But the absolute asshole you are never stinks, because the asshole has no nose. That's why when you have no nose, it never stinks. But the moment you have a nose, it stinks just by having a nose. Especially when you're young, and 19 years old, you know too much. Because you think you have the right of being young and thoughtful.
But why are you so sensitive with special expressions? You always make it very complicated.
I don't make anything complicated. For me it's always easy. For you it's complicated to understand. Because you make an effort. For me it's easy to make it totally complicated. For me making it complicated is very easy. That no one can understand it, because for me koans are natural. And you cannot break them, and for you it seems to be complicated, but for me it's just a koan, a paradox. But you take it hard. That's not my... And I don't want to take it away from you.
Okay.
Huh? Even if I could, I would not. Huh?
I said that you can.
I can? What?
Take it away from you.
I cannot take anything.
Yeah.
It's already mine what is there, so I don't have to take it. By being what I am, I'm the absolute owner of what is. Why should I take any of that? Because I already own it. Your stupidity is what I am. I take it absolute personal. That's fun. If you take it absolute personal, everything is fun. If you take it relative personally, everything is fuck. But absolute, take it everything absolute personal, being that is fucking fun. Oh, how I'm stupid today. You see, it's stupid to come to Tiru in India. He always gets sick in India. Last year he was 5 months here and 3 months in back. I enjoy the helplessness around me. No one can ever decide what he has to do or not. The dream is dreamt and everything is just accordingly to that what is already there, and no one can ever... So you didn't make a choice to be stupid. But you are anyway. Yeah? No, if it really would be in your hand, you would just make a decision, I am the self, final. If it really would be a free will, like I can decide what I am, so I decide now I am the self, finished. Not even the self can do that. And the self doesn't need to do it. It never needs anything to decide anything. Because it's undecided. There's no sides. Undivided, undecided. And the moment you have sides. So when Shiva is, he has two sides. The present and the absent sides. Already fucked by his sides. So in his nature, that's why the Shiva Shambhu, they call it the undecided. When the no moon experience, the Shiva Ratri. When Shiva doesn't even know Shiva, and then by not knowing Shiva, there are no sides of Shiva. But the moment Shiva is awareness, the light of Shiva, then there are sides of Shiva. There's the face and the no face. The Shakti and the whatever. Shiva Shakti and then the Shiva Tralala. But Shiva Shambhu is the absolute self, absolute in his absolute supreme state, which there is no one who is supreme to anything.
This is being what we meant by quiet?
Yeah, being that what is always quiet. Doesn't even know what is quiet. Because that what is quiet doesn't need to be quiet. And that what needs to be quiet and gives attention to how quiet I am today. Funny. The one who has an impression. Because the one who has an impression is always impressed by his impression. You're so impressed by your impression. You're so in love with your impression. I'm so impressed by myself. Oh, today I was so impressed to myself because I could be quiet for 5 minutes. Wow. You always like hitting your shoulders. If no one is around, you hit it yourself. Or you tell all your friends how quiet it was today. And I had such a nice meditation today. And I was so long not there. But who was watching that, who was not there? And who kept the time of not being there? I have many people come, oh, I went to this emptiness, and I didn't find anyone. If you just listen to what you say, you have to laugh immediately. I went into emptiness and I couldn't find anyone. Especially not me. Good. What else can I not do? But shit, this morning I read some of this Babuji, some sentence. It was okay. And he was here a lot, huh? I never heard about it.
Carlos was writing me a message the day before that he's now to Shirdi for 1 week.
No.
So he said I should tell you.
Yeah, but
what?
Just in case I care.
I knew. It was so.
It's just.
Yeah,
but I'm not crying about that someone is not coming. Just in case I care, okay, I care, thank you.
So yesterday...
Tell him I'm okay, I will be fine for 1 week.
It was so sweet.
He can sleep now again.
Yeah. Because yesterday I didn't say because I knew you wouldn't care. But
you think today I care.
He was a little disappointed. Writing, he asked me if I got the messages. I said yes, but I didn't say, oh, I see, yes, and so on. But, yeah.
No, I get many emails and people excuse themselves, oh, I could not come and I would have cried and I hope you're not, and you didn't come? Oh. Good to know that you didn't come. Now I know. It's like when there's a divorce, like the wife, the last hit is like I faked all of them. I never came. The last revenge of. For men it's hard if they said. More obviously.
No, it's no.
Well, you can fake everything, I know.
No, just admit you can't come.
Oh.
No matter how hard you try.
So, Carlos, what is your question? Did you write any questions? No? Okay. Something today from the brewery?
Brewery?
Yeah, Hebrews. God's
I
brewery.
haven't adjusted yet, so let me.
That's why it's called, the opposite is kabir. Kabir, and the Hebrews, who is then, what is more important, the one who brews the beer or that what is kabir? I like kabir. One statement I like especially because that as more whatever you come closer, like forgetting yourself, all the grandeur of the world is ceasing away. All the grandeur of whatever is just becomes so fucking ordinary. All the grandeur is gone, just by being what you are. And absolutely not what you expected to be. Because you expected to be the grand self, the great, the superior, the king. No, it's just more than fucking ordinary. All the grandeur of the world just melted into the sun of being what I am.
It's so right on.
Huh?
It's so right on.
Yeah, I mean like that is a symbol for me. The most ordinary whatever. So good, nothing today from...
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. You know what grandeur is, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Großartig. Good. Spain. Carlos is not here, you have to take over. No, don't expect, he's always undressed. He's already naked. Then you don't have to work. Some have to, this is like teasing for a striptease here. So if someone asks me, what are you doing? I'm teasing everyone to get rid of all the clothes he put on. Like a striptease. I'm teasing you to, and not be ashamed to be naked. Because it's really not a shame to be naked. Because that is your very nature. The naked truth means that there is no truth you wear. It's not an idea of truth left. So I'm teasing you to get totally undressed, but you can keep your clothes on, that's not the point. Really? Some masters are opposite. They take it literally. Maluka. Maduka, one of Papaji's offsprings. They claim it, what can I say?
He was there about a week.
Yeah, but they claim. And they all like prostitutes sitting somewhere having pimps on top of them. Being in the lineage of someone, as in Germany say, walking the line makes you a prostitute.
I hate it.
Yeah. So what? And then they need some pimps who pimps them from behind. In the bordel of life. Brazzle. Good. Something from all good? Or bad? Who cares? Bad. So Spain, nothing?
I don't know where I am, so I don't know how to undress myself. To the striptease.
Just by being what you are, everything drops away just by being what you are, because there's no hook left. So you're not a hooker. But when you're a hooker, Then you have a hook. Captain Hook and the hooking. Everything gets hooks on that one first hook. That is called soul. Your soul hook. My life, this little soul, where all the pearls of events you are collecting of your so-called life. And then when you get old, because they're hanging around your neck, all your very precious, it's very precious, all my childhood and all my husbands and all my whatever, my parents and my whatever, my, until the nose reaches the ground. Bang, bang. So, being naked, being that what is, it's always, that actually that is linked by the Holy Grail, you know that story. When you drink from the Holy Grail, you drink yourself, and by drinking yourself, you are the absolute unborn, never dying self. That is meant by not getting younger.
Oh, I passed by the Durga vagina, so I'm reborn now.
You passed on what?
This has another name, that's just my name.
Okay.
Yeah, secret teaching, eh? Ooh.
Sorry. No, I was reborn by Durga's temple.
My what?
You know this thing on the production already, crawl through.
Oh, the vagina.
Yes.
The holy yoni.
The yoni.
Crawl through.
You crawl through it.
I'm
You have
reborn
to,
now.
but you have to crawl through,
Yeah.
not walk through.
So I lose all of my hooks already.
And
In the full moon.
But
demons cling
But
to
again, the one without a hook, the hook is the biggest. The one who claims I have no hook anymore, that one is the biggest hooker.
I'm working on it.
The hookless hooker.
So how to work on it if I cannot do anything?
No, you have to be absolutely naked in spite of the presence of a hooker having or not having a hook. But the hooker who has no hook is still a hooker. Like a seeker who stops seeking is still a seeker. The sickness is not gone. A non-seeking seeker is still a seeker. And you know how many claim that they stop seeking. Especially in Boring Bay. All the non-seekers meeting. And the uplifting spirits happen. Especially this little spirit who needs to be uplifted. This little spirit in Boring Bay, which is very heavy, needs always to be uplifted because it's so boring there. The waves are coming in all the day.
And the earth touches the sky.
And
Oh no, the sky touches the earth, won't it?
And there's at least 10 practitioners, masseurs or whatever for every customer. So many healers, more healers than customers. So they can always exchange healing. There's a comic strip, a Japanese couple comes like a tourist and says there's all this big thing with all the healers and names and things, and one says, hey, they must be very sick around here. The sickest place on earth, where the healers are meeting. Because healers are in business, they go where sickness is, they smell it. So if you're wanted to hear, then all the gurus come, the healers. It must be a very sick place here.
Oh, now you've got all kinds of problems you never knew when you were a healer. You've got fancy names, all kinds of wonderful things you never even knew were wrong.
H.G. Hooker, nice musician. Then Santana, they made music together, they called it the Healer. It was a nice record. With Santana, they made one record called the Healer. No, one song is at least Healer, the Healer. I like John D. Hooker. What a name, huh? Okay.
One question.
Yeah.
It's a personal one.
Yeah. What is not personal?
Especially,
I think the biggest personal thing is one who claims to be impersonal. That's so fucking personal.
was there a time for you where there was a of dropping,
Many shifts.
and that you were able, and then at that, my question is whether at that point when the shifts happened and multiplied, this ability to speak from whatever source, whatever, or whatever you want, where these words come, this knowledge comes.
No, I would say it's like this,
Or was
what
it
they call
with
it
you
Kundalini, I call it woodpecker. It's like a woodpecker. You're like in a wooden house, like if I could house, a wooden house, a wooden wood, and then there's an open front door, and then there's a woodpecker waking up inside, which is like a little bird who normally sleeps, like yourself. And when the woodpecker is awake, he opens your back door. He always tock, tock, tock until it's big. First it's a little hole, and then it becomes a hole in the back. Actually, it's bigger and bigger. That's your headache here. This whole thing here, the whole migraine
it
thing.
really started with pressure in your head?
Actually, down there. When you ask me direct, it starts always in the first, and then it goes up
Yes,
until the crown.
yes.
And then the songs of Jesus. This is a symbol of migraine. Your me gets grained. It's called migraining of that energy by that woodpecker, always knocking on that thing. It's like a migraining, like a milling of ideas and concepts, which cannot be staying. And if all the concepts are so milled away, if Mr. Miller is there, it's like an open back door and an open front door. And then it takes time to be the loudspeaker for, because normally when you're a speaker and you believe that you spoke the words, you cannot take it. By that words it kills you, like you get depressed, like this is not for you, this is not by you, this is not meant for someone who, it's not out of an understanding of someone, because it's more whatever comes from, you don't know where it comes from. And you have to enjoy it first, and then you have to agree with it, because you step aside. It's like you are, okay, you just step aside, that this, okay, because you become, this is actually being intellect, like a clever guy, you just know this is too much for you. Okay. You just fall asleep for a while, and then when this is over, you come back. Oh, was I? Okay. It's more like being not in the way. It's like the training of being not in the way. It's not like that you gain something, you become strong or something. You become much more weak. You see when you're weak and you step aside, energy is there and doing its job effortless, and you don't get exhausted from it. But if you would do it, you would be exhausted after whatever time, immediately, because you cannot take it. It's heavy. Because this energy is not what you think, it's a light, really blissful thing. This is sadness in action. So this is like a training of being clever enough to not being in the way. Then you will be burnt out anyway. But when you know I'm on the way, it allows you to be even as whatever. It's very generous if you're not in the way of it. But if you're in the way, it puts you, it really gets you, like this guy here, when people come, we get really some strong teachings of being, when you're in the way, watch out. Or if you claim that you know something, watch out. If you claim that you have done something, this doership, that whatever, watch out, it will cut you down. It will, and this is like a holocaust forward. So. And then it took a long time. No, from this waking up of that woodpecker, like this thing, and whatever thing, and until it took 20 years. It has always like, nothing happened, but still for the body, for this, whatever instrument it was, that it gets ready to play, like now talking about what I cannot, not of any relative experience. It needs to be, it seems to be, it needs to be ready for it. I have many friends who did it, they exit and then they do it, and after a while they totally collapse. Because they're in the way still. I have no idea. So if the back door is not open, and many have an heart opening, I call it a heart opening. Then they have this coming in, and then Because the vector is they take it really personal. So it's one book of mine, like 7 days, normally it's called 7 days or 8 days of Tiru, like one of the first time I talked to. And then in the American public, I call them out, what will it say? If you wake up, don't take it personally.
You can't, huh?
But it's nearly impossible not to take it personally. So it's by grace, you don't take it personally. Only by grace, because you want to take it personally, but by grace, you have no energy for it. And then it's just a natural thing. But the phantom will immediately jump on it. And I don't doubt the experience or the deepness or whatever, the opening, but I doubt that it's personal. But everyone claims it. So it's, in other ways, like a grace. It's like it was meant to happen like it happened. And not by anyone who decided it or had any idea. But still I would say that this can sit for hours. And I met in Berlin, I think 10, 12 years ago, I met a marathon with Zen Buddhists. They challenged me, who can speak longer or listen longer? I said, okay, there are 10 Zen Buddhists, and we talked, I think, 28 hours in one. I talked, and one slept, another one was awake, one slept. So they just made shifts. I was talking until the last one was. Then they were okay.
Can you describe a little bit more when you say opening the back door?
Yeah, the moment you take it personal, it's like the back door is closed. When you just step aside and let it just... It's like an open space. But I don't want to make it a technique, because otherwise you're going, let's see how I can do it. It's not a doing, it's just being clever enough to just, okay. It's like a torero. There's a bull coming in your way and you just step aside. Okay. It's like you become a bullfighter, not a bull tamer. Normally by meditation you want to tame the bull, the mind or the experiences, but you just become like a, hello, you're just being flexible. It's like you're moving houses to go from one place to another, you're like a vagabond, that is being flexible. Wherever you are, okay. You leave what you leave and what comes, like being flexible. Absolutely flexible, because that is your nature. The self doesn't need any home, special home or anything, or any special circumstance. Or it can be sometimes luxury, sometimes a hatch, sometimes very basic one, sometimes very comfortable. And okay, whatever. So even if you think it has to be basic, you take it too personal. It can be luxury, it can be this one, it can be big car, a small car, no car. Okay. Being absolutely flexible, because that is your natural state. You're absolutely flexible. There's a carelessness of where you are and where you're not. And this is like the absolute flexibility of life. It lives itself in infinite forms and things, and this eternal life has nothing to gain or to lose in any way it's living itself. That's all. So absolute flexibility. But that you cannot learn. You cannot fake. You are it or not. So what you have learned is like a what? It doesn't work. What you are is laziness itself, never needs to work. It is flexibility itself. So just by being what you are, your nature, the laziest, you are already out of the way before you even have to move. So just by being what you are, you don't even have to step aside. You just... So that is, which was always there. So even the bullfighter who has this technique, one day he will be speared again. And then all this technique was for nothing. But he was very good in the beginning. He was until there are two bulls maybe, and then boom.